Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The US's top diplomat is meeting Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, seeking concrete steps to minimize harm to civilians in Gaza. Antony Blinken here arriving in Tel Aviv before he was pictured with Benjamin Netanyahu. It's as the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says more than 9,000 people have now been killed in the Strip since the 7th of October. There has been condemnation of civilian deaths in Gaza caused by Israeli attacks. Here, people in a school turned shelter in northern Gaza running for cover from an explosion.
Focus as well on steps that need to be taken to protect civilians who are in a crossfire of Hamas's making. And we want to look at concrete steps that can be taken to better protect them. We've seen in recent days Palestinian civilians continue to bear the brunt of this action, and it's important that the United States is committed to making sure everything possible is done to protect civilians.
Ukraine's interior minister says Russia has bombarded 118 Ukrainian towns and villages within 24 hours, more than on any other day this year. He said 10 of Ukraine's 27 regions had come under attack and the onslaught had caused deaths and injuries. Many of the communities hit were near the front lines in the east and south. Russia has for weeks trained much of its military firepower on Avdiivka, a strategically significant town in the eastern region of Donetsk. Sam Bankman-Fried, who once ran one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, has been found guilty of fraud and money laundering at the end of a month-long trial in New York.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
The jury delivered its verdict after less than 5 hours of deliberations. It concludes a stunning fall from grace for the 31-year-old former billionaire and one of the most public faces of the crypto industry. Bankman-Fried was arrested last year after his firm FTX went bankrupt. He now faces decades in prison.
Sam Bankman-Fried perpetrated one of the biggest financial frauds in American history, a multi-billion-dollar scheme designed to make him the king of crypto. But here's the thing. The cryptocurrency industry might be new. The players like Sam Bankman-Fried might be new. But this kind of fraud, this kind of corruption is as old as time, and we have no patience for it.
Court documents say an Australian woman charged with murdering 3 people in a suspected mushroom poisoning case is also accused of trying to murder her ex-partner on 4 occasions. 49-year-old Erin Patterson was charged with 3 counts of murder and 5 of attempted murder on Thursday. The murder charges relate to a family lunch she hosted in July at her home in the town of Leongatha in Victoria. Ms. Patterson continues to maintain her innocence. The Spanish Coast Guard has rescued 114 migrants off the Canary Islands and brought them to Argueneguin port in the island of Gran Canaria. A wooden boat, which was spotted 8 miles south of Gran Canaria, was carrying migrants of sub-Saharan origin. A total of 30,705 migrants have now reached the Canary Islands in the Atlantic in the first 10 months of this year, nearing a full-year record of 2006 data from Spain's Interior Ministry. Authorities in the Indian capital Delhi have shut all primary schools for 2 days amid worsening levels of air pollution. Scientists say air quality in the city dropped to severe levels for the first time this season on Thursday. It is expected to deteriorate further in the next 2 weeks. Delhi's Environment Minister has called an emergency meeting to review the situation. The capital is one of the world's most polluted cities. And Britain's Royal Mint has unveiled a new production of coins inspired by King Charles's passion for nature. New designs will feature on 8 new coins from 1 pence to £2, and all of them featuring images of flora or fauna, including a dormouse and an oak tree leaf. The new 50p coin, which features an Atlantic salmon, will be the first to enter circulation in November. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.